Hey everybody, this is Eli Freestone, and you're watching my walkthrough for my proof of concept in Integrated Product Development 1, term 1503, also known as IPV. So today we're just going to go over the proof of concept I've been working on this week and how I think it's going, do a quick walkthrough of that. Let's go ahead and get started. Overall, I think the general feel of the application is coming along quite nicely. The layout is going to actually change a little bit as things are really hashed out because some of the interface is a little bit awkward, honestly, as it is right now, and I think it could use some work. But we'll go over that a bit in a sec. I am using Parse for the login and sign up. That's fully functional, and at the moment, it's just skinned with a logo replacement. Although I was trying to get it fully skinned to match even better with the overall feel of the rest of the application. I was having some issues linking the parse login to an actual nib file to override it and use auto layout the way the rest of the application is. That way it'll work correctly with all the different resolutions that are now available with iOS. So anyways, right now it's just the basic skin that replaces the logo, which overall it works out okay. It's not bad by any means. It just it will be adjusted more in the very near future. So anyways, the login and sign up do work perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and just log in here. And even the forgotten password works as well as long as you use an actual email when you sign up. Uh, and then overall, the table view is coming along nicely. I didn't really change the way the layout is too much, but I did create some icons. Beers will get the golden icon with the bottle. Wines will get the red icon with the glass. And then anything else, whether it's kombucha or yogurt, sourdough bread, all the other stuff will get an other icon, which is like a jar with a cheesecloth over the top of it or something along those lines. But it's this one here. So I got that all set up, and I'm pretty happy with that. On the My Recipes, it's going to be the recipe name and then the date. I haven't decided if that's going to be the date created or the date modified because you will be able to edit them. Although there is a setting to block editing, so you're required to copy the recipe instead of edit it. But anyways, I'm not sure if it'll be the created date or the modified date. But then going over to the browse, it's currently using the same array, but it'll be the username instead of the date. And I think that'll work a lot better. You can also sort it based on favorites, based on username, or you will be able to sort it. Right now it doesn't do anything. But let's go ahead and select one, and we'll go ahead and show you how the detail view works. For the username, or for the browsing details, we add the share and favorite buttons as well as the username here, and then there's a copy button instead of edit, so you can actually copy their recipe into your file. It'll be called recipe name by their username, and which can be edited on its own, but that'll be the default, I think. All right, so the My Recipes is the same deal, except it only has the share button on the bottom, and then it's also lacking the username up here. Excuse me. And then it has an edit button instead of copy. Both edit and copy will take you to the new recipes. As of now, they just take you to the static one. But since we're here, we'll go ahead and show you how that works. We've got the title up top, and then each one of these pulls up some sort of a picker. This is actually using a custom library, open source library called Action Sheet Picker. It's definitely very cool, and I think I'm going to probably end up using it, but I will have to build some custom ones. Right now, these are more just placeholders. Like this one, there's no way to actually put in what it is, and these are just random quart, cup, gallon, just put them in a random order. So that one, actually the ingredients will likely be two different pickers. There will also be selecting other will pull up a text view where you can type in what that other is, and even add that to the ingredients list. And timer, as at the moment, the timer only goes to 24 hours, which is the default for UI date picker in countdown mode. So that one's going to be a custom one because I do plan on making it longer, and then anything that's past 6 hours will actually go to the calendar as a reminder. But doing wine and stuff like that, you're going to have stuff in a carboy for a month, and you don't want a timer going for that whole month, so it'll just be a calendar. All right, and as of right now, it's not actually adding into the ingredients or instructions, but that's the plan, is it'll add those. Timers will show up here. This is, again, not functional. It's just kind of a mock-up. This is another one that I think the layout itself is going to change a bit. Oh, actually, let me go back to the ad. Oh, that's right, I only connected it on the two tables. For this one, I think I'm going to add a third row of buttons. There's also supposed to be a way for the user to add pictures, which isn't really represented very well at the moment, just because I'm not 100% how it's going to work. But there is supposed to be an ad photo, and then I think I could probably pretty easily come up with some sort of a 6 button to do some, maybe a batch size or something along those lines. But I think there's going to be another, and then I might just completely ditch this notes, because you can actually edit directly in the instructions, so it might not be really worth the real estate it takes up. Again, these are just things that are still a bit up in the air, but overall, it's getting there, slowly but surely. And then we have the settings where we can auto sync to parse. Again, these aren't hooked up, but the plan is for the edit recipes, it'll change the edit to copy when this is turned off when you're looking at your recipes. That way you can't edit your own recipe, you can actually only copy it. That way if you're like us, where you like to kind of experiment with your recipes, you don't want to change it and then not remember how it was before if the experiment goes wrong. So that'll be an option, and it'll probably actually be by default, where you can only copy your own recipes and then modify it from there. And then making the recipes public, the way it's going to work out is once you have your recipe all sorted and you think it's really good, then you can make it show up in the browse. This will be by default probably turned off, and there's going to be a checkbox that I'm not really sure how it's going to work exactly, but somewhere in the edit recipe, or maybe even in the detail view, you'll actually be able to set it up to load it up so it can be seen by other users. So yeah, I guess that's about it. Overall, I think it's coming along pretty good, but I do think there's definitely some stuff that's going to get tweaked and changed as I really work everything out. All right, I guess that's about it. This has been Eli Freestone, proof of concept walkthrough for IPv term 1503. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.